Okay, boxing fans, Nonito Donaire versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. Start with Nonito Donaire. He has 31 victories, 20 of which by way of knockout, to a single defeat, while his opponent, Guillermo Rigondeaux, is 11 victories, 8 of which by way of knockout, undefeated. He's a very green guy in the pro ranks, but he's already at this level. But this is his best opponent to date, and it could be his best opponent of his whole career, because if you look up and down the weight limits, basically how many of these guys are going to pose a threat like Nonito Donaire will to Guillermo Rigondeaux? It's a good question to ask. This is a huge step up from where he's been fighting, and we'll see if he has the ability to really take advantage and beat Nonito Donaire. But these two guys are very similar in terms of attributes, but very different in how they use them. Okay, look at the power and the speed and the boxing ability. They all have these attributes. It's undeniable that they can all punch. They've all got great hand speed, and they can all box. Right? The only thing is they use them totally differently. Nonito Donaire, power. He likes combinations. He likes to throw volume, a lot of leather. So that's how he's been getting his guys out of there more recently. Guillermo Rigondeaux, totally opposite. He likes his single shot punches, power of the single shot. Very dangerous, but can be outworked. Just keep that in mind. Okay? Next, speed, like I said once again. Speed in combinations for Donaire. Speed of single shot for Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux don't like no pace. He don't like no fast pace, because obviously he is older and he's not used to the longer distances, whereas he spent his whole career pretty much doing the 3 or 4 round amateur thing. You know what I mean? So, moving that all the way back, we do know Nonito Donaire will be ready for the 12 round, battle. Question is, will they take it? Boxing ability, like I said, defensive fighter in Guillermo Rigondeaux, offensive fighter in terms of Nonito Donaire. Moving on, let's go in deeper, see how they differ. Like we know, the power is going to be predominantly with Guillermo Rigondeaux. He does have that single shot where he can land the left hand. Problem with this is he doesn't use his right hand. How will you negate the left hand, circle or move Rigondeaux to his left? It takes away the power that you can get, and you know where the punch is coming from. There are some fighters in boxing where it doesn't matter what hand he hits you with, it's going to put you down. This is not the case with Guillermo Rigondeaux. He does not use his right hand. He is left hand happy. You know where the punch is coming from, the left hand. You just gotta somehow defend against that. Problem for Nonito Donaire is when he comes in to score his his right hand, because he is right hand happy, right? He holds his hands low, right? When he comes out to score with the right hand. So that'll be a point where Guillermo Rigondeaux will want to score over the top with the left hand. But the power could be taken out of his punches if he's getting moved to his left, unfortunately for him. Also, like I did point out, the combination punches, looking at the speed, looking at the boxing ability now, the combination punches from Nonito Donaire will work well for him in terms of racking up points. Like I said, a very defensive minded fighter in Guillermo Rigondeaux. He'll need to be very active in this fight, like I said, and I don't think he's got the confidence in his stamina to really do that. That's just the way it is. He is getting on a bit. Some people actually don't agree with the age that he says he is. I'm on the fence about that. So we'll see how good his stamina is in this fight. But he will be, if he's forced to fight at Nonito's pace, it could be a very hard fight for him. Other than that, what else can we talk about other than the stamina? Basically, I want to look at the chin aspect, and we do know that the chin of this guy is unfortunately not as good as Nonito Donaire's. He has been dropped, he has been hurt, and he was caught a lot in his previous fight too. If that's Nonito Donaire catching him, it could be an early night. Looking at the experience of Guillermo Rigondeaux, I can see that as a bit of a negative for him. A lot of people say, look at what he's done in his 11 fights. That's a very good point. He has done and achieved quite a lot in 11 fights. However, Rico Ramos was not a brilliant champion. I have to point that out. I wouldn't see Rico Ramos surviving 6 rounds against Nonito Donaire either. The only issue I do have to point out is he has still made a lot of mistakes and has got a lot of flaws in his boxing ability as a professional. This is Guillermo Rigondeaux I'm talking about. So, and this is easily viewable by looking at his previous few fights. You know, he's been getting caught a lot. He has been in competitive fights. You know, Nonito Donaire could take advantage of that. Overall, how do I see this fight going? Unfortunately, like I said, I see Nonito Donaire taking advantage of that, pushing him to his left, taking the sting out from the left-hand shot. He's not going to hit him with the right hand, is he, Guillermo Rigondeaux, because he doesn't have one. And I don't think he'll be able to keep up with the pace of Nonito Donaire. And therefore, I see Nonito Donaire winning a decision over Guillermo Rigondeaux.